What's up, everybody? Welcome to Keeping Up with the Demons. I'm your host, Michan.
Dominique.
Daviion.
TJ,
All right, guys. So it's like the fourth week of school, third week of school.
something like that.
How's that been for y'all?
It's been all right. It's still challenging to get to classes.
Like it's been real hot though. It's been real hot.
Yeah, most definitely been hot. I know for me personally, even getting up, coming to school, I like to, kind of cool my vehicle down. Getting out of classes, in between classes. You getting ready to leave campus for that day because I'm a commuter. So I'll go out and turn my truck on before I get in it because I got leather seats. Seats be hot.
Oh my goodness.
Seatbelt.
Getting in the car,
Hot.
burn, scorching you.
Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah. Besides the heat, I think I'm starting to get used to the flow of school again.
Mm-hmm.
Like being in summer, we don't do obviously no school, but back in school now, it's just like we're starting to get to the groove of things.
Yeah. Didn't we do a story about how students are dealing with the heat coming back to school?
Yeah, we did.
You know what? I think we should watch that right now.
The sun is beaming over Demonland with temperatures as high as 107 degrees, and students here at NSU are not feeling very fun in the sun.
I hate it. It's too hot. Sweat. I don't like to sweat. It's just a lot. Too hot.
While some of our demon friends are no stranger to the heat, staying inside is on almost everyone's to-do list.
In these extreme temperatures, it can be hard to be productive and stay motivated, but the students are determined to beat the heat.
Jessica, a sophomore, shares a few shady tips to help demons keep cool this semester.
Keep water. I always have a water bottle in my book sack. You can have a portable fan. It don't have to be that big, just like a little mini one. And you can bring an umbrella.
Students should try to catch as much shade as possible and remember to drink plenty of fluids and stay cool. For Keeping Up with the Demons, I'm Michan Lacey.
That was a great story, Michan.
Thank you.
So how was that filming that?
It was nice. It was actually kind of funny because trying to get students to talk about the heat, everybody was just like, "No, I don't like it."
Right.
Point blank.
Ready to get out the heat.
Yeah.
I know, like at this point of semester, like with y'all stories and stuff like that, like how has it been like coming along, creating a package every week, just trying to get your package pushed out in an efficient amount of time? How has that been for you guys?
Very stressful.
A little stressful. Just because I take 2 classes like this, so it's like I have to make one video for one class and have to turn around and make another video for another class.
Mm-hmm.
So it can get a little stressful sometimes.
Yeah.
But,
Just coming up with ideas and stuff like that, you gotta think long and hard.
You really gotta think outside the box sometimes.
and there's not much going on around.
Right.
It's really not.
Nah.
We having to dig stuff up to talk about, but
Yeah.
it's good though.
Do you want to make sure you ain't stepping on the lines of like current sauce what they ain't already covered?
Mhm.
'Cause they be on
Right.
top of a lot of stuff, so stories that they already be having, you don't want to copyright.
Right.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
did a similar story to Michan's. I did a band heat story, how the heat's
Really?
affecting the band.
Oh, we should check that out too.
NSU student body is back in Demonland and class is back in session. This semester's weather is at an all-time high and students are attempting to adapt to these extreme temperatures. The Health Center is committed to the well-being of our students. Director of Health Services, Jessica Nash, says students affected by the heat should focus on what their body is trying to tell them.
It's listening to your body, your body, and taking it seriously when you have, feel signs that you may be overheating, the headache, the dizziness, confusion, any visual disturbance, anything like that. Take it seriously.
All students have been affected by these extreme temperatures, but students that do extracurricular activities along with going to class take the heat on day in and day out. Students like the members of the Spirit of Northwestern Marching Band practice during the hottest temperatures of the day. As band season approaches, Director of Bands, Mr. Anthony Purcell, understands these harsh temperatures and is doing what he can, along with the help of band leadership, to sustain the health of the students during these times.
Our student leadership, our staff are constantly reminding folks to make sure they're hydrating, make sure they're limiting their sun exposure, making sure they're as healthy as possible. Obviously, getting out and moving before camp started this year, we wanted to make sure that everyone was already acclimated to that weather.
Some would think these members will be unmotivated to continue, but instead, the heat has pushed them to give it their all. Sophomore members of the band tell us about the passion behind the practice.
It's hard work, but it's worth it at the end. It's worth it at the end. You know, we perform for people, and, you know, we put smiles on people's faces.
At Northwestern State University, for Keeping Up with the Demons, I'm Trevor Williams.
Okay, so what do you guys think?
That was great.
Yeah,
You had some really good shots. I like that.
Yeah, that was
You
good.
can tell you got the perfect angle.
Yeah.
You did some hard work on that
Thank
one.
you. Oh my God.
Reporter.
Being out there with those band kids, like, I was just like, how do they do it? Like, practicing in the heat, carrying the instruments. Sometimes they you know, you practice the instruments, but sometimes they sing the notes. I don't think a lot of people know about that. They sing the notes during practice. Yeah, so it's just, oh my God, I just don't know how they do it.
I couldn't play no trumpet, me. You know what I'm saying?
But I was glad to, you know, highlight them and show people that, you know, see what they go through, you know, besides Saturdays whenever they perform. So
a lot of people don't know what it's like behind the scenes, so it was good that you showed us
Everything
that.
is just easy. They just playing the instrument. Nah, they
No,
got a
it's
lot
a
of
whole lot.
conditioning.
I just, you know, you got to give people their flowers, you know, while they here, you know, while they're around. So I applaud y'all 100% because really don't nobody know what type of work, you know, the amount of time that it goes putting in the video. People just see, oh, that 1 minute video, but really, bro, there's a lot of work, cuts and edits, that go into that. So it's
blood, sweat,
out there
tears.
trying to get all the angles and stuff.
Yes,
frustrated.
yes.
And
But it's beautiful in the end when you finally see it and it comes to life. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's the magic of it all.
I think telling a story and having the reasoning behind it that people can relate to and kind of grasp, you know, interest in your story is like the big plus side of it. Because of course it got its pros and cons, because it's pros and cons to everything. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, with your story and, you know, your packages, you putting in that work, you grinding for it. So at the end of the day, give yourself a pat on the back and smile about it.
Everybody pat on the back. Everybody pat on the back.
You're doing that by yourself. Most of the time.
Speaking of putting in hard work, I actually got the chance to catch up with some freshmen to see how their first few weeks of school were going.
Fresh meat.
Yeah. So let's take a look at that and see how things are going for them.
The first week of school seemed to fly by here at NSU, and the campus is buzzing with freshmen trying to adjust to college life.
It's been good. It's somewhat like high school. I mean, it's just more people.
The semester is now in full swing, and new students are seeming to fit right in. We are now in the second week of classes, and compared to the first week, students are now becoming more and more familiar on where they should go on campus. Now that freshmen are becoming more comfortable at their home away from home, there's one thing Lindsay noticed she has now that she didn't quite have in high school.
There was definitely a lack of freedom that I had in high school, and now that I have that freedom, I would like to say a lot has changed, but nothing has changed. So it wasn't too hard for me, but I know for a lot of people it can be a bit difficult.
Freedom comes with great responsibility. Remember to manage your time wisely, always go to class, and find time to unwind throughout the day. For Keeping Up with the Demons, I'm Michan Lacey.
So do y'all think where we all are now, we're all seniors. Some of us are going to be leaving a little sooner than others. But y'all think y'all made some progress over the years?
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like, you know, because being a communication major, that wasn't what I picked at first. I was on track to be an engineer or whatever like that, but kind of just came to a crossroads in the middle of that, you know what I mean, and just wanted to find somewhere where I can just truly be happy and truly be myself. So I've grown. My communication skills have gotten tremendous. I've met people. I encounter with a lot of people, and just, you know, just being more open as a person and being able to just talk and be friendly and vibrant when you out in public. I feel like that's the most beautiful thing that you can have in life. You know, your communication skills. So yeah, I say I've become more open and just, you know.
Well, I actually wasn't a communications major either first starting out. I was a CIS major. I thought that's what I wanted to do. But after so long, I realized I wasn't happy because I like being creative. I like telling stories. I like, you know, being able to have that freedom. And I didn't have that as a CIS major. So when I changed to communications, like everything just started changing for me. Like I started to come out of my shell a little bit more. I'm still a little introvert, but you know, yeah, I'm working on it. I think everything's changed for the better though. What about you, Dominque?
My mindset just changed, I guess. I'm a lot wiser now. Yeah, I don't know. Just a lot really has changed over the time. Now that I think about it, and I sit back, it's just a lot I've experienced, I went through. I just know the value of life right now. I like it.
I feel you. I
What
feel
about you,
you.
GJ?
I think I'm just a completely different person from when I started. And it's like if I could go back and tell myself freshman year, I would first tell myself to take it serious. I don't think I took school serious enough at the beginning. I think I was still stuck in the high school mindset just a little bit. In the freedom, Lord Jesus. Come from high school to college, getting that freedom, I was
like, woo!
Yeah. I bet we can all, testify to that. But just seeing the growth and seeing how far I've come, like you said, it is beautiful. It is.
That is. It's crazy how all of us, well, most all of us, kind of started somewhere else and came to communications. Daviion, didn't you do a story about the student media showcase, open house? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think we should check that out right now.
You are now tuned in to KNWD.
KNWD is one of many student organizations recruiting students at the Student Media Open House.
I personally have an expectation of whoever wants to come down to KNWD to record a bit for a liner to potentially be put on air, to learn about what it means to be a DJ and how to work the DJ booth to go on air, and basically just what we do as a staff here at KNWD to keep this radio station running.
The open house also showcased Potpourri, the NSU yearbook, the Current Sauce, student newspaper in August, the literary magazine, and explain what students
gives everyone the opportunity to kind of see how student media works and what all we offer. And I hope that students can see all the stuff that the Potpourri does and maybe they can find their place within it. And we're going to have some activities for them to do, and hopefully it all runs smoothly and we get some new people interested.
Right behind me is where students came to explore and join student media.
The organizers of Open House hope to give everyone the opportunity to see how student media works. Student media coordinator Matthew Craig explains the importance of this event.
So the Student Media Open House is just to kind of open our doors to invite students in, to show them what we have to offer, tell them what we do here, so they can learn more about what student media here on campus does.
There's a lot of hard work that goes into this, and I'm really interested in the radio and podcast session.
About 30 students walked through these doors unsure about student media and left wanting to be a part of it. For NSU, I'm Daviion Telsee.
Wow, that was amazing.
It was good.
So,
Good.
how was the turnout, with the students being there and everything?
Well, I hate to I was late. And yeah, so when I got there, to make a long story short, students were looking like I'm walking in and look like everybody going the opposite way. And I'm like, what's going on? So when I walk in, I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm here. And I got in touch with one of the people that was over, and they was like, hey, we sorry we gave you the wrong time, blah blah blah. I was like, you know what, it's good, and just being there on spot and knowing like the experience that I had making a news package, and just over time from like I guess you say my sophomore year up until now, to being able to just wing things and know how to like really put it together. Yeah. Like you know why you're there. You already kind of know what your script laid out to be like, so you just gotta follow the script. So I'm like, hey, could you and this person do this? Because I know what I want to see.
Right.
You know what I mean? I know what I want to see in my package, because I'm like, when I get there, nobody's there. You know what I mean? So I'm really working with what I have in that room, whether they students or not. I need you. So it was just like, it got to a point to where it was just like, hey, this got to get done. Ms. Gilbert already know I'm out on this. Yeah, it's like, man, I'm gonna need y'all, So it turned out pretty good, and
it really did.
To see the results, and to see the results and how it turned out, even though I knew that was like, I wouldn't say thrown together, but like last minute. Yeah, it was pretty dope. I'm excited about that. Like, what was your initial thoughts walking in, and then like, what was the end result when you finished?
Okay, so when I first walked in, I was nervous, of course, because I felt like a lot of stuff on campus I'm not really into. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm not really gonna find a place here. But I saw KWN was doing an open house, and I was like, okay, I've always wanted to do something with podcasts. I always wanted to be or a DJ, something dealing with music, just anything in this room, because it's like a safe space to me. Like I have something like this at home, so I'm like, I know I want something like this. So I walked in, they greeted me and stuff like that, and it was like, what are you looking for? And I was like, well, I want to host like my own podcast or show. And it was like, oh, we're actually looking for DJs at the moment. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I know something about music. I can play a little music.
DJ Dom.
Yeah, I was like, I could do something dealing with that. And they told me that I can, with doing that, I can also have my own show. So yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
It's always nice to keep up with what's going on around campus. But Trevor, didn't you get something that was going on around the community of Natchitoches?
I did. It was a clean out your freezer day.
Really?
I didn't even know Natchitoches hosted events like that, but it was an event that basically it's called the Council on Aging. And so they host events for senior citizens throughout the week to, get them out the house, get them doing up and moving and stuff like that. And they hosted the event so that other people could donate frozen hunted food for the senior citizens that are no longer active hunters. So that was a good turnout. Would y'all gonna look at it?
Yeah, of course.
Cars drove up to the Natchitoches Parish Council on Aging to donate meat and frozen food. Partnering with the Hunters for the Hungry, the annual Clean Out Your Freezer Day is an event created to supply hunted food for senior citizens who are no longer active hunters. Member of the event, Mr. Michael Lewis, expresses how old age shouldn't dictate how seniors can enjoy their life.
We still want people to remember and enjoy what they used to. We don't want them to miss anything. Think, oh, I used to do this. I used to have that. And to me personally, it means a lot. I like to see smiles on these seniors' faces.
When you think about what's in your freezer, don't think of it as half empty, but as half full. It's easy. Just one pack of meat could mean one meal for someone in need. For donators like Yvette Williams, she may not be a hunter, but she knows how important it is to give. She has a special connection with senior citizens that has made it easy for her to participate in events like these.
When I was growing up, I spent a lot of time with my grandmother, and I got sharing from her because I would see her share with other people in the neighborhood. And seeing the smiles on those people's faces by her giving to them, that gave me that desire to want to give to people when I got to being an adult, when I grew up. And I've seen my mother share with other people.
With 3 freezers full of meat for Keeping Up with the Demons, I'm Trevor Williams.
Wow, that was great.
Thank
That
you.
was great.
Thank
That was
you.
great.
Nice,
That was
bro.
great.
Thank you. But
Round of applause.
it was amazing. It really was. Like I said, I didn't know they hosted events like that. So to be able and go and showcase that event, it really was good.
What was your initial thoughts like going there and like knowing who to like talk to? Because I'm sure that was like an on the fly thing for you. Like you didn't really like. Did you contact somebody prior to that story,
No,
or you just went there?
I just showed up, yeah. And so I guess
crazy.
sometimes it's good to do that, but like you said, sometimes it is better to go ahead and let them know that you're coming.
Yeah.
Try to see who you're going to talk to before you go. But it is a bit of spontaneousness whenever you just go out and just be like, let me see what I can do and put together. So it ended up just coming out real good.
Wow.
It did. It
That's a
really
blessing.
did.
Thank you.
Beautiful story, beautiful scenery. I enjoyed everything about that story, man.
So you said they do this every year?
Yeah, they do it every year, and just the Council on Aging, they host stuff all throughout the week. Just different like games. I'm trying to think of all the different activities they have for senior citizens to come out and just get up and moving.
It's
Yeah,
crazy you
that's
say
real
that. I think they be going into like the nursing homes and stuff as well.
They probably do. They
be
probably
hosting like
do.
bingo games.
Yeah, bingo. I think they do Tai Chi. I was surprised to hear about Tai Chi.
What's that?
It's like martial arts, I think, type of thing, like slow, like
Okay.
you know.
Kung Fu.
Okay, tell your grandparents. But yeah, so stuff like that is good for the community. It really is.
It is.
And to get stories on the community, you know,
Yes.
because I feel like Natchitoches is not a lot that goes on, but there is stuff that goes on that we just don't know about.
Right.
So,
You just need somebody to go out and get it up, Trevor.
but yeah, so speaking of events that we really just don't know about like that, I didn't know they have the annual dog watch day. Is it?
Yeah, Bathe the Dog Day.
Yeah, Dominque, tell us about that.
Here on Northwestern campus at Bimmy New Hall, they had Bathe the Dog Day that I went and covered. It was real fun and a little nerve wracking because the dogs were very out of control.
Oh Lord Jesus!
But it was pretty cool being like in the same setting as them and seeing what they do behind the scenes. Because stuff like me, I don't really like pets.
I was gonna ask you, are you a dog person?
Yeah, I don't really I don't really like pets, but you know, if I had a dog and I know I trained it and stuff like that, yeah, I'll become like a dog lover or whatever. But being around other people's types of dogs, you know, it was a little like, okay, I don't want them to growl at me, bite at me, whatever. But most of them was very loving. Like whenever I try to get angles of a dog walking towards the camera, you know, they'll come try to lick on me and stuff like that. I was like, oh,
that sounds so
like,
cute.
they really like me. So it was real fun. And then seeing the students, you know, happy, laughing, enjoying themselves. I'm like, okay, that's good that they found something that they love to do. So
right.
It was real cool being in that scenery and stuff like that, and interviewing people. A lot of people that's outside of campus, they really love the event. Like they love bringing their dogs here. They say the students do really well. So that was good to hear that, you know, and that she put themselves on the map.
Right.
And whatnot, giving back to the community. So I really enjoyed myself.
We should look at it. Y'all want to take a look at it?
Yeah.
On this beautiful Friday morning, Northwestern State University hosted a community event called Bathe the Dog Day. Former Vet Tech student Brittany explains that students were able to volunteer and to learn how to properly clean a dog and learn other skills it takes to become a vet. People outside of the campus were able to come in and bring their dogs in for the perfect spa day.
My favorite part about Bathe the Dog Day is getting to teach the underclassmen how the whole process works on communicating with the clients bringing their dogs in, as well as how to bathe them and perform all the things necessary.
It's such a loving environment seeing the students enjoying themselves, working extremely hard as a team, being gentle with the dogs, and showing the passion they have in this field. You can see the results in how comfortable each dog was and how happy they were returning back to their owners.
Here at Beneview Hall, behind this door is where all the action is happening. Dogs are getting washed, their nail clips, and so much more. You'll come in here to check in, pay your service fee, and pick up your dog. Prices normally range from $13 to $34, depending on how much your dog weighs.
The science department is awesome. I love bringing my dog here to get a bath.
No matter how far they are, people will still come to NSU and support.
We brought our dogs over from Sabine Parish today for the Bathe the Dog Day, and it's a great program. We bring our dogs as often as we can when they have it, and they do a great job, and it's for an excellent cause.
This setup here is amazing. The students are great. They work really hard, and they just have, you can tell they have a great demeanor with pets.
You can see how happy each dog was leaving. They got a fresh washed nail clip and fur brush. They're ready to walk the runway and play in the fields again. For NSU TV, I'm Dominque Lewis.
Yeah, how much is it to bathe your dog or wash your dog?
So it depends on how much the dog weighs, but it ranges from 13 to 34, and then it's a monthly event that they have.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so it's not annual?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Cool.
Even better.
Bring your dogs.
Yeah. I actually just got a new dog, but like he kind of just wandered up to the house and wouldn't leave, so we decided to keep him.
Oh Lord.
Y'all start feeding.
Yeah.
He didn't want to leave.
He want to leave, so I got him a little home.
Do you know
His
what kind of
name
dog
is
it
Reese.
is?
It's a lab.
Oh.
What color is it?
He's brown. Well, chocolate is what I'm gonna call it.
Oh.
Get throwing that ham out there. Thank you guys for keeping up with the demons. Make sure you tune in for next episode, and we'll be right back with another show.
Till next time.
Until next time, welcome demons. What about
Dang, can we start over?
I'm just rolling.
Speaking of events we really don't know about like that, I didn't know they have a dog watch day, Dominique. Can you cover that?
Dominique so playful, but
No, because the way you said it. Because I don't know the name of the KWD.
Speaking of the community, I know we had a little dog wash or whatever like that.
Don't you
Was it
say
a
that.
wash? A dog wash?
It was a dog wash.
Oh.
Bathe the Dog Day.
Bathe
Yeah,
the dog
that's what
day.
it's called.
Okay.